In this story, Permission to Follow My Dreams, I'm Joanne Greene. My cousins, all much older than me, were doctors, lawyers, and teachers. My brother sold typeface on Madison Avenue. My sister predicted trends for the phone company on mainframe computers. There was only one phone company back then. But I was different than all of them and envisioned a future on the stage. Without explicitly saying so, my mom made it clear that pursuing a career in acting was fanciful, impractical, perhaps even a waste of a college education. Higher education in my family was both a privilege and non-negotiable, as the Great Depression had forced my parents into jobs straight out of high school. I know, you had to make money to support the family. You're not supposed to enjoy work. But I didn't see it that way. I was the only child still living at home when my mom was diagnosed with hepatitis. She was shopping for a new couch one afternoon and was so overcome by fatigue that she lied down on a bed in the furniture store and closed her eyes. Something was not right. After visiting her in the hospital on a beautiful Boston spring day, my dad and I uncharacteristically rented a rowboat on Jamaica Pond. It was just the two of us embarking on a little adventure. Such a rarity that I cannot recall a single other instance of sharing anything joyful and spontaneous with him. As I rowed us out into the center of the pond, I asked him about his teen years. "Did you always know that you wanted to play the violin professionally?" I asked, knowing that his career as a musician was abruptly upended long before I was born. His father had suffered a stroke, and my dad had to then work in the family window cleaning business. "I loved the violin," he said, gazing out over the water at a few ducks preening themselves. "Didn't know if I'd be good enough to earn a living." And his voice trailed off, his eyes filling with tears of nostalgia and regret. "Weren't you next in line for the Boston Symphony?" I said, as soon as one of the violinists retired or passed away. A few beats of silence were followed by, "But that could have taken years. In the meantime, I played in a few ensembles, getting work where I could." "And then your father had a stroke?" I asked. He nodded. "There was no one else who could do the work. It was just me. We had a business." "So was that it?" I asked, my voice tinged with sadness on his behalf. "You just gave up the violin completely?" Looking away, he nodded slowly. "That must have hurt," I said in a whisper. I would hate it if someone told me I couldn't pursue acting. That's when he snapped back into the present and took the reins of the conversation. "Josie," as he affectionately called me, "if you find something you love, and it sounds like you have, you follow your heart." I was stunned. My mom's sensible approach to work and her scarcity mentality had been the only parental perspective I'd heard. Dad's viewpoint had never been given voice. Yet here he was, encouraging me to believe in myself, to try to achieve my dreams. Practicality be damned. Feeling seen is what I will always remember from that day. As the one family member who shared the creative imperative, he understood me and my need to try to put a plan in place to actualize my fantasies. As it turned out, I transferred out of the theater department at Northwestern University in the second half of my freshman year. But it was after trying, and that faith he had in me gave me the strength to find new pathways in work and in life. Thanks so much for listening to In This Story, my memoir-style micro-essays. I've written a full-length book, By Accident, A Memoir of Letting Go, which is now available in paperback, as an ebook, and as an audiobook. You can purchase it online or at your favorite local bookstore. If they don't have it in stock, they can order it through Publishers Group West, a division of Ingram. Again, it's By Accident, A Memoir of Letting Go by Joanne Greene.